How do you
define
American?
How do you
define American culture?
How do you define American culture?
American girls and American.
When I think of American culture, I just think of the fact that you can have so many different, multiple cultures, all sort of this melting pot.
It's a big melting pot.
Melting pot.
It's kind of like a melting pot.
A big melting pot of different cultures all in one.
We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard.
I'd say it's the combinations of different beliefs, opinions, ideas that come together to an ultimate goal that we all want and are willing to sacrifice things that we can give up in order to achieve that goal for the betterment of our whole society and living together.
American culture is a potpourri of all the other cultures that have ever taken a part in our history. I always think of Texas culture, but American culture is every nationality of every person that's ever came over here seeking a better life and brought some of themselves and their society back in with us.
I remember when I was a little kid, my best friend was Japanese, and when I'd go to his house, you take off your shoes and you enter, and it's like a different culture, but at the same time it was American.
I think there's a combination of languages and cultures, and normally we consider America as a melting pot, but I consider it more of a mosaic because America is a great country because you have people from different parts of the world speaking different languages, bringing their cultures, bringing their religions, and you can be an individual. But if you want to conform to one standard, you can too. I guess when people think of America, they think of, democracy, the Liberty Bell. They think of the right to vote. They think of, I think of capitalism as well as socialism. I think of so many things.
Hey, America, it's Christmas time.
Baseball.
Barbecue in the backyard with the family.
Bunch of fast food restaurants, fat people running around everywhere.
Life is time. Time is money.
I think of the American flag and patriotism.
And Bob Dylan songs are pretty good.
This right here is the truth. This is counterculture right here. And
this country was founded upon thieves and murderers.
Yeah.
And if you're not a thief and a murderer, or you're not into a sorority, then you ain't getting anywhere in life.
Shop at Walmart. Play PlayStation. Be a zombie. Consume.
As an international student, before I came to the U.S., my perception of American culture was highly influenced by what I see on the movies. So I tended to look at America as a place where there's much opportunity, there's glamour, there's prosperity, and I come to the appreciation that American families are as hardworking as any other family group in the world. The images of Hollywood are not necessarily the general representation of American culture. There's glamour, of course, but there is also reality.
Define American culture. You can think about it if you want for a little bit. Okay.
I define American culture as hot dogs and baseball and walks in the park, the English language, white families. And the reason I answer that way is because of the Eurocentric society that we live in and the educational process that we've all been socialized into, and it's all based on white culture. And if you were to ask me whether or not I have a culture, then that would be totally different, and it would not include all those things that I just said. It would be based on who I am as an African American person who's grown up in America.
American culture is a hopeless attempt to escape our hellish reality.
I would define American culture probably as the land of opportunity where anyone who wants to achieve the American dream has the possibility and is able to achieve it if they want to.
A long, long time ago,
Yeah, it's kind of like people are free to like have their own dreams and stuff and pursue those dreams in whatever way they want to, type thing.
Well, I think about the American culture with something like freedom and independence and individualism, and maybe people are very, say, multinational, so multicultural and very integrative.
I think American culture has a lot to do with individualism and freedom. I think we've always had a history of just being our own people and kind of doing how we feel. So I think it's got a unique aspect in that it takes a little piece of all cultures of the world and we put our own little twist on it.
I think we're visionaries. I think it's great because we're allowed to do whatever we want to do. We can express ourselves any way, shape, or form necessary. So I'm happy to be an American.
I define American culture as no American culture because I believe that American culture is all different cultural aspects combined to one. So like there's African American culture, there's Latino American culture, there's Asian American culture that is formulated to be American culture.
I think as Americans, we have to recognize that there's no such thing as just American, and that identity is a hyphenated identity, or a two-word combination, meaning that there's a European American experience, there is an Asian American experience, there is an African American and a Latino and a Native American experience. Now, each of them has its own culture, and in mixing, they have affected each other, but essentially they're still different, and we as Americans have to recognize that.
I think the whole question of defining American culture is in itself kind of a flawed idea. It's really become kind of this conservative motto of what is it to be an American as kind of a way to exclude others, and it is so utterly diverse. There couldn't possibly be an answer, and the only answer you could give would be an answer that would exclude others.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues